Okay, there's not much to say here except that in its typical way of attacking anyone who is a minority, who doesn't walk in lockstep with them and doesn't tell them and doesn't do exactly what they tell them to do and what they believe. Twitter has made a disgraceful racist attack on a Hispanic author, a self-made Hispanic author who made his reputation selling books selling books on Amazon and then branched off into comics. I've been heavily vested in pushing Flying Sparks forward. I'm still trying to get Audacity working on my computer. That's why you haven't heard anything from me. But this isn't about me. This is about the racist attack made by Twitter. A competing author got his wife to repeatedly attack him, challenging his number one bestseller status on Amazon.com, which he had. And then she just got her friends when he and I was there. I can attest to everything that's being said in this statement is the truth. All he did was post screenshots and links to sales data to show that she was a liar. But because he called her a liar, that was enough to get him banned for 7 days. Meanwhile, Twitter continues to allow a user who actually threatened to assassinate the President of the United States. They have done nothing about that. There's a user right now on Twitter who has threatened to assassinate the President of the United States. I don't care who the President of the United States is. I don't care if it's Obama. I don't care if it's Clinton. I don't care if it's anything like that. If you claim to have any standards and you claim that 7-day suspension is warranted for calling someone a liar, then calling for then in detail calling for the assassination of the President of the United States is unacceptable. This is pure racism. They would not be doing this to him if he were not a Hispanic author who stepped out of line with what they decided, because a bunch of white guys who run Twitter decided that they get to decide what Hispanics can and cannot say. And here's the thing. He's left-leaning on many things, but all because he doesn't believe in an open border, they decided to silence him and to try and cripple his ability to make a living by making it impossible for him to promote his book. Now, good news is it's fully funded. The bad news is that we're still looking for stretch goals here. I've backed it, and yeah, as you can see, we've reached the $6,000 stretch. We've reached the $6,000 part, but it's tapered off because he can't promote it. So I'm going to be promoting it heavily on Twitter, and I am going to be, and I hope that if you decide that this is worth your time, you will back it too, so that we can reach some of these stretch goals. Like, I'm hoping to reach the $10,000 one, hopefully the $15,000 one, and whatever the mystery $20,000 one. But I'm just going to read his statement so that it's on the record on YouTube, and I will keep a video backup of this so it can't be silenced. This is posted by John Del Arzon. Flying Sparks is fully funded. This is great news. Thanks, everyone, for the huge support. We've had a crazy 3 days and a half so far. We're showing no signs of slowing down, which is great because I really want to get at least $10,000 and get Will Kogan's art into the book. He's a disabled veteran who struggles with pain a lot of the time, and commissioning him is something I've always wanted to do, and now we finally have an opportunity. The bad news is I'm going to need you guys to do all of my promoting for me at least the next week. If you didn't see the news, Twitter suspended me for 7 days. A science fiction fantasy publisher, Tor Books, sent their EIC's wife and company employee to troll me the other day and started gaslighting me about my number one bestseller status. Yeah, in case you didn't see that, she deleted all her tweets so that you can't see it. But basically, she accused him of claiming to be a #1 New York Times bestseller and lying. He responded with, he wasn't lying. She was being disingenuous. He never claimed. And he says it right in his Twitter profile. #1 Amazon.com best-selling author. She but she kept insisting, and she then had her followers mass report my tweets. Then I fired back at her for her abhorrent behavior. Several of her tour offers ganged up as well. So I am unable to go and sing the praises of Flying Sparks and talk about how awesome it is that my first time crowdfunding for $6,000 in less than 4 days. Well, winning is here. Please help me spread the word and let's get to these awesome stretch goals, with a lot more to come, including exclusive content if we make it far enough. Thanks for the support and have a great weekend, everyone. So yes, I am going to be supporting this heavily against the racist attacks by Tor Publishing, who used illegal tactics to remove a competitor from being able to promote their book, and Twitter, which is proving itself more and more to be an inherently racist company that silences any minority voice that does not walk in lockstep with the Democratic Party. According to them, you are bought and paid for slave property. If you are Hispanic or black, you are bought and paid for slave property. I've been seeing it more and more the past few days. Anybody who, even if you say that you don't like Trump, but you don't like Clinton, I've seen black and Hispanic users on Twitter get kicked off just for that. You have to absolutely worship Hillary Clinton as your Lord and Savior, a god, if you don't want to be kicked off, because according to Twitter, they own you. You are their bought and paid for property if you are Hispanic or black. This racist attack, this anti-competitive attack by Tor Books just cannot stand, and I will do everything I can to fight it. I hope to have a new review up tomorrow, and I will be pushing this hard. And I'm calling for the federal government to open up investigations into both Twitter and Tor Books for anti-competitive practices and illegal racist discrimination. The CEOs of both companies should face criminal charges for their out-and-out racist actions. To me, there is no difference between a meeting of a management of Twitter and an old-fashioned Klan cross burning. No difference. This is disgusting, and I hope you'll stand with me in opposing this blatant racism and anti-American. This is anti-American, shutting down competitors so that you don't have to compete with them. That is as un-American as it gets. So, please help me in opposing this. If this book looks like something you want, please support it. And please spread the word on Twitter, Facebook, all forms of social media that you're on. I'm glad it's gotten as far as it is, but I'm also angry beyond compare that in the year 2018, this type of blatant racism can just be conducted in the open by publicly traded companies with no fallout, no legal repercussions from the government, and no fallout from their stockholders demanding the resignation of all those involved. To me, it shows that America is still an inherently racist country in many ways, that this sort of thing is allowed to go on. And it is a thing of pure evil that must be opposed. Thank you for your time. Good evening.